What's up, everyone? Justin here, back with a new video, best of video. What's best of? It's where I give my favorite matches. I pick a wrestler, male or female, or a tag team, and I give you their best matches. In my opinion, their best matches of a certain part or a certain point in their career. I have a couple matches, I have a couple down here for this video is the best of Big Daddy Cool Diesel. There he is, Kevin Nash. It's not a Diesel shirt. It's a WCW Outsiders Hostile Takeover shirt, as it says. But sadly, I don't have a Big Daddy Cool Diesel shirt. I have never had one. Maybe someday I'll find one online, a vintage, and buy it. But before I start with best of Diesel, his best matches in the WWF, I'm going to go back to 1995 when I was 12 years old. I was a huge... part of the year. I was 11 still, but I turned 12 in the summer of 95. Before that, still in 95, but before I turned 12, Diesel, the guy was one of my favorite wrestlers. Kevin Nash as Big Daddy Cool Diesel was definitely one of my favorites, especially in 95 when he was world champ. He was for sure my favorite wrestler. Here's an old, I just saw this that I have. I have a ton of big collection of wrestling magazines. Here's a WCW magazine with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall on it. Wearing an Outsider shirt. Not this shirt, but a different Outsider shirt. It says Wolfpack for life. So there's part of I think this is a 1997 WCW magazine. Let's see, they have a review of Super Brawl 97, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Super Brawl 98 review. So they're Super Brawl 98 review in this WCW magazine. So I have a Diesel picture, I believe, on here. No, yes it is. There's a Big Daddy Cool Diesel right there. Picture. So, I also had the Big Daddy Cool Diesel Coliseum home video. I actually had that. I have the cover somewhere in my room. So, again, the best of Diesel Coliseum home video, I watched that a ton when I was 12 and 11 and 13. So here we go with best of Diesel matches. Let's start off with 1993 when he came to the WWF. He had this might have been one of his first matches as Diesel on video. It was on a Coliseum home video. Diesel and HBK, Shawn Michaels took on Razor Ramon in the 1-2-3 Kid. Again, it was a 1993 Coliseum home video release. I can't remember the title of the video. I think it was... I cannot remember, but I know I saw it and it was a very good tag match. Let's stay in 93. Diesel was a part of a Survivor Series team. It was a Survivor Series elimination matchup. And Big Daddy Cool is in it. I forget his partners. Jeez, I cannot remember his partners. But I know he's up against Razor, 1-2-3 Kid, Randy Savage, Razor Ramon. So that was cool to see. Diesel part of the Survivor Series elimination tag match. Let's go to 94. Or, yeah, late 90, or early 94. The spring, or right before summer, 94. Where we had Diesel. I'm not sure if I have these in order, but I'll start with 94. Superstars, WWF Superstars taping. Diesel got a shot at the Intercontinental title against Razor Ramon. I want to say it was right before King of the Ring. It was either in June or late May of 94. Superstars. Diesel wins the IC title off of Razor Ramon. Let's go to a house show matchup where it was not televised, but they talked about it, I believe, on SummerSlam 94. A house show matchup where Shawn Michaels and Diesel challenged the tag champs, the Head Shrinkers, and won the tag titles. So Diesel was a tag champ and IC champ at the same time. Let's go back to the King of the Ring 1994 title versus title, or champion versus champion. I believe is non-title. Maybe it's for both titles. I'm not sure, but I believe it ended in a DQ. Still is a really good match. Not their best match, but Bret Hart and Diesel had great fucking matches together. Great chemistry. They just brought the best out of each other. Bret Hart, for sure, made Kevin Nash as Diesel a better worker. I'm sure Diesel learned a lot off of Bret, working with him all those times. They worked at King of the Ring 94. They worked at Royal Rumble 95. They worked at Survivor Series 95. But King of the Ring 94, Bret Hart, Diesel, that was pretty good shit. It was not a great match, but it was good enough. Maybe it was a great match. I haven't watched it in years. More Best of Diesel. SummerSlam 94 against his boy Scott Hall. Rest in peace, by the way, to the late, great Scott Hall. So, Diesel versus Razor, SummerSlam 94. That was good fucking shit. It was a great matchup, I thought. And Diesel, I won't give a spoiler away. Maybe you haven't seen it. If you're not a new fan, watch it. Diesel, Razor, SummerSlam 94. If you are not a new fan, you know who won. But still, check out the match because this is the best of Diesel. So, 1994, the end of 94, December 94, MSG. I think it's before Christmas. Like, maybe a couple weeks before Christmas. I'm not sure the date. But MSG, live event house show. Bob Backlund defended the title against Diesel. Bell rings. 8 or 9 seconds. Diesel kicks Bob in the gut. Jackknife powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. It was unreal. It was shocking at the time. When I was a fan, I found out. I couldn't believe it. Diesel was the new WWF champ. Just like that. Snap of a fingers in like 8 or 9 seconds. He won the title off of Bob Backlund. I don't understand why Vince buried Bob Backlund like that, but I wasn't upset. I was happy. I was a kid. And I was a fan of Diesel. When I found that out, I was like, holy shit. He beat Bob Backlund. Now he's a babyface. I was happy about it. But that was a great career highlight for Diesel in the WWF to win the world title in your first or second world title shot, to win the world title at Madison Square Garden against a fucking legend in Shooter. Legit great wrestler, great amateur wrestler, Bob Backlund, Hall of Famer. The guy held the title for, I'm trying to think, 4 or 5 years. He held it a long damn time. I mean, there's Bruno Sammartino, the longest title reign. Then there's Bob Backlund. And then there's Hogan. After Hogan, probably will be Roman. So that was great. That was shocking. Diesel wins a title off of Bob Backlund at Madison Square Garden in seconds. I remember Superstars at the time. I didn't have cable, so I could not watch Monday Night Raw until like 95, 96 when I'd watch Raw at a friend's house. But I saw the footage, I believe on Superstars, of Diesel winning the title off of Bob Backlund. And I was shocked and I was hyped and I was excited. So let's go to 95 now. So by the end of 1994, Diesel won all 3 titles. He was a Triple Crown winner already. He was a tag champ, IC champ, and WWF World Champ in 1 year. He was the Triple Crown winner. Back when the WWF only had 3 titles, and that was great. I wish they'd go back to that. Or just keep the IC title, US title, tag titles, and world title. So that's 4. And the women's titles. So let's go to 95, the Royal Rumble. Bret Hart, Diesel had a really good championship matchup. I believe it was over like 25 minutes. Or 20 minutes, close to 30, I believe. Or at least over 20 minutes, but then interference, run-ins. I was okay with that because it was a great matchup. Diesel retains against Bret at the Royal Rumble 95. Really good match. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Bret Diesel, Royal Rumble 95. Let's go to WrestleMania 11. Diesel versus Shawn Michaels for the WWF title at WrestleMania 11. One of the only WrestleManias where the title was not the main event. The main event was LT Bam Bam. That sucked. It should have been Shawn Diesel, but whatever. So the first ever WrestleMania without the world title as the main event was WrestleMania 11. There's a fun fact if you didn't know that. But Shawn and Diesel had a great match. Really good championship match at WrestleMania 11. They had great chemistry. Shawn was with Jenny McCarthy. Came down with him. And Jenny McCarthy, if you didn't know, she was a former Playboy Playmate. She was very attractive. But Diesel, the champ, had Pamela Anderson, and Pam was way hotter than Jenny, in my opinion. As a kid, I loved Pam. I loved Baywatch. I watched it every damn week for Pam Anderson. What's her name? Summer. Nicole Edgar was very damn hot on Baywatch too. Very attractive. My God, Baywatch in the 90s, if you were a male, if you were going through puberty, if you were a teenager or adult, Baywatch was must-see TV for any males. I know all my friends watched it. Anyways, Pam Anderson with Diesel. Diesel wins and retains at WrestleMania 11. After WrestleMania on Raw, this is not a match, but Sid turned on Shawn Michaels. Sid was Shawn's bodyguard. Beat up Shawn. Diesel came to his rescue and saved him. Then Shawn turned babyface, and Diesel and Shawn were together as a team a lot. They were the 2 dudes with attitude, or whatever the hell they were called in 95. So let's go to In Your House 1 and 2. The first ever In Your House pay-per-views. Diesel defended the title against Sid at In Your House 1, I believe. And then In Your House 2, I believe. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I don't have the spoiler in front of me. Give me a second, I can find out. So I'm back. Best of Kevin Nash. I want to make sure I was right about his matches against Sid. Diesel, Sid, In Your House 1. Tried to look it up in this book, 2012 Wrestling Almanac, and guess what? They don't list the fucking In Your House events or reviews or results. But this does, a 2002 Wrestling Almanac. The covers are very, very beat up. Well, you know, there's a picture of Kevin Nash, but so his face got torn up or something. So, May 14th, 95, In Your House 1. Diesel defeated Sid by disqualification. So, that's part of my best of Diesel. In Your House 2 also. In Your House 2 was in July 95. Where Diesel took on Sid again for the world title. Diesel defending against Sid. It was a lumberjack matchup. I'm not going to mention SummerSlam 95 is not part of the best of Diesel. Because at that SummerSlam he had to work with Mabel. And it was not a good match. Nothing against Mabel. Rest in peace to him, but the guy was not a main eventer. And I don't know why he won King of the Ring. And then he burned, I think he burned Undertaker's urn, no, that was Kama. Burned the Undertaker's urn and made himself a chain. That was weird. Mabel had like the gold crown. Again, I don't know why he won King of the Ring. That was stupid. I would have gave King of the Ring 95 to Razor or Undertaker or Shawn. So more best of Diesel. Again, before Diesel won the title from Bob Backlund, let me go back to best of Diesel 94. Shawn Michaels and him broke up in the Survivor Series 94 when Shawn accidentally super kicked Diesel, but Diesel was pissed and he chased Shawn Michaels to the back. So, yeah, Survivor Series. Let's go to that. Survivor Series 95, very good main event match for the world title. Diesel, Bret Hart, again, one more time for the world title. It went 24 minutes. 42 seconds it went. Very good main event. By the way, going back to the Royal Rumble, if I can find it here. Yeah, the Royal Rumble Bret Diesel matchup went 28 minutes, 39 seconds. So more best of Diesel. Let's go to 1996. He was part of the final two in the Royal Rumble, but Shawn Michaels super kicked him and Diesel went over the top. Shawn won back-to-back Rumbles. And Diesel's a heel. He's pissed. Undertaker and Bret at Royal Rumble 96 had a championship matchup, and Diesel came down, tried to interfere. I believe flipped off Undertaker, or I think it was at Undertaker. He did this and walked out. At the time, doing that was shocking on WWF TV or pay-per-view. I believe that's what happened. Diesel just came down, the championship match in 96 Royal Rumble, and flipped off Bret or Undertaker. Probably Undertaker because they would go into a feud in a program. In Your House, February 18th, 96. I got the date because it's in this book in front of me. This book is very good to have. A lot of stuff in here, a lot of facts, news items, results that I can't remember sometimes. Especially dates of pay-per-views. I do not know the dates of old pay-per-views, nor do I care to. But, yeah, Rage in the Cage, In Your House, February 18th, 96. from Louisville, Kentucky. Bret Hart defended the world title against Diesel in a steel cage. The big blue steel cage. And Undertaker interfered and pulled Diesel under the ring. That was a great finish. Shocking, awesome finish, I thought. Especially for the time in '96. That was a great finish. Undertaker came out from under the ring and pulled Diesel under it to hell. And then Diesel escaped out of the hole and his leather pants were ripped. Bret climbed over the cage and retained. I thought it was a great finish. So, Diesel was pissed. Undertaker screwed him at In Your House, Rage in the Cage. Let's go to WrestleMania 12. Diesel, best of Diesel. Diesel, Undertaker, WrestleMania 12. It only went 16 minutes. It was not bad at all. It probably should have been a casket match, but it was not. It was just one-on-one, no gimmick match. So that's WrestleMania 12, Undertaker Diesel. Very good matchup for Diesel's time in WWF. His final pay-per-view is Diesel, In Your House. April 28th, 96, In Your House. Forget the name of the In Your House. It might have been Bitter Friends, Stiffer Enemies, or something like that. But the main event was Shawn Michaels, the new WWF champion Shawn Michaels. This might have not even been the main event, but I think it was. I think it was last. It's just how these results are. It's not last, but I think it was. Shawn Michaels defended the WWF Championship against Diesel in a very good matchup. Very good. It was no holds barred also, and it went 17 minutes 56 seconds. That's my best of Diesel list. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, as a kid, as an adult still, I loved Diesel. Thought the guy was great. I thought he was a great world champ. Had a great run for 11 months, almost a year. Some might think Diesel was a boring champion. He was the lowest drawing champion of all time. I disagree. It wasn't his fault that the attendance was low. It was fucking 1995 and the business was down. Really, really down. It's not the fault of the talent. The talent was great. You had Razor Ramon in 95, Diesel, Bret, Shawn, Owen Hart. Ton of great talent. Undertaker. 1, 2, 3 Kid, Hakushi. I could go on and on. WWF had at least 7 to 8 guys that were great. WCW had great talent, but they were doing stupid, dumb shit too. Dungeon of Doom and WWF in 95 still had too many cartoonish gimmicks. The business was down. 95 was a down year. But Diesel was a great world champ in my opinion. Hope you enjoyed my best of Diesel list of his matches in the WWF. I'll keep doing some best of shows before the end of the year. I'm going to have a new best of Asuka from 2019, 2020, and 2022, 2021 matches. Also, can do another best of Kevin Nash. Is Kevin Nash in WCW? Or even TNA I could. But I hope you enjoyed this best of Diesel. I enjoyed doing it and coming up with this list of my favorite matches of his for you to check out. Hope you enjoyed best of Diesel. Bye for now, everybody.